We're live. 56. 56, like, get it together. I can't believe every week we come on this and you don't know what episode it is.
Makes a change, lad.
Every
Makes a
single
change.
time, this is outrageous. I can't believe it. I'm leaving.
On a jet plane. Don't know when you'll be back again.
What's that song again?
I'm leaving on a jet plane. That's all I know. I don't even know.
When I'll be back again. Who sings that?
I don't know. Some pedos apart, probably.
A gaggle of pedos. That's what you call pedos. When
A gaggle of pedos?
Yeah, a gaggle of pedos.
Fuck. Well, guys, welcome to episode 56 with me, R. Martin, and Gaylord McKegney.
Hello. Why don't you do the ad read this week?
Okay, guys. This podcast is brought to you by Born Irish Whiskey.
Shaboing boing. I'm on sound effects.
Nice. Good. They're for some reason still sponsoring us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Probably not for much longer.
Yeah, very nice of them. Thank you very much. If you want, you can go to bornirishwhiskey.com and use the code SHAFT15 to get 15% off.
Give me that glizzy. That's sound effects.
Nice, lad. Nice. Who was that?
It's just somebody talking about a hot dog.
So yeah, Born Irish, thank you for sponsoring us, and I have abandonment issues, so please don't leave us.
Please don't leave me. And if you want more of the podcast, jump over to the Patreon.
They also sponsor that too.
El Patreon.
For some strange reason.
Where we have an extra episode every week and some other stuff, early access and all that jazz. Oh no. Oh no. I have big news this morning, so I woke up and I have made the international news.
Oh yes, I actually just watched that. I sent that to Julia and my friend Josh and was like, "Well, James made Dutch news."
Because my friend, I just woke up and I had a message request from Dutch Frank, and it just goes, "You're
Who's
on."
Dutch Frank?
He's Geddes' wife's sister's husband, and I just went, "You're on the news," and I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? What have I done?"
Lad, I thought
like, you're on Dutch news.
I thought that bottle of squirt was the one that made the news.
Do you know who I initially thought it was? Do you remember we were talking about the guy that took us to America?
Yeah.
Same first name as him, and I had a message request from a dude called Frank, and it was like talking about being on the news, and I was like, "Oh my god, is he messaging me?" I was like,
You're too old for him to message you, lad.
I thought he was angry and he heard the podcast.
He can't be angry. We're not saying nothing that hasn't
He's
been
in
put out
jail,
there.
so to be fair, I think prisoners get social media time.
We should send it to him. We should get his email address.
Send him a clip and like, "Lad, we talked about you on our podcast."
We did a good little segment on you.
And he's like, "Oh, interesting." No! No!
But yeah,
The worst thing you could talk
James
about.
made Dutch news by splitting the G.
A G split so tough it made international news.
Apparently so.
Do you know what? I never did a G split, and that was literally my first attempt at it. I've attempted it to myself a wee bit, maybe 3 times, and that was the first time. They were just like, "What about the phone?" And I was like, "I feel it. I feel I've got it."
Should we put like a link?
Maybe stick it up on the Patreon.
Just stick up on the.
Oh,
you should just put it up on Instagram now.
Do you know what? It's actually on my Instagram already, and it's been on my Instagram for like since potties or before potties, and it's also on my TikTok, so it's all already online. But
What, the Dutch news has put you on?
I just put that in my story. Check out.
I haven't been on social media today.
Yeah, I should have tagged the pod, lad. Should have tagged the pod. Are you trying to stay off social media for a bit?
No, I'm only really up, lad.
Fair.
Only really up and had to drive like an hour.
I forgot we were going to do this, and if my dad didn't come in my room looking for links, Africa, I would have slept right through it. I swear to
Jim's
God.
still rocking Lynx Africa.
You just
I rocked Lynx Africa one day not that long ago.
It's the best. I took it off and I had it in my bag, and he come into my room and he was like, "Bro, have you got my Lynx Africa?" And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then I give it to him, and then I seen the message. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
And then you give him the deodorant.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. give my dad the old Lynx Africa. But yeah, lad, I'm not gonna blow my own trumpet, but I think it's the greatest G split to ever grace the eyes of humans on planet
Well,
Earth.
the Dutch think so.
They do think so, lad. I'm becoming a Guinness guy.
Are you?
I actually quite like it.
Wait, can you remember your first pint of Guinness?
I didn't like it. That's all I remember.
For first Guinness is always.
Yeah,
my
I was
first-
like, who the fuck would drink this?
My first Guinness was on the butt on a Wednesday because you had to you had to go to the bot to get tickets for that night if you bought food.
Right.
So you got free entry.
What a hassle.
But it's not really free entry. You got food, but like you just got chicken goujons and chips, and then we got Guinness.
I honestly
And that was my first time ever drinking it.
I think I believe that everyone in the world just says they like it's one of those trend fads. They're like, oh, this is actually really tasty. I love drinking Guinness. But I'm like, do you all really?
Do you know who that about? Do you ever see the Guinness Guru?
No.
He's a boy. He's like 10 foot tall as well. I think his name's called like, what's his name?
This cracker's 10 foot tall.
Lad, I swear to God, he's like 10 foot tall. I think he's like 6'8" or so. He's
huge.
Well, just you keep talking there, lad. Like, I get his name because he did like a lot for Guinness, and I don't think they gave him a penny.
They didn't give him shit.
No, he's just called himself the Guinness Guru.
Well, these guys, I will be seeking financial compensation.
Dara Curran, he's called.
Is he an Irish fella?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just went around like talking about the
For
shit.
some reason in my head he was Indian. Because you said guru. Talking about the shtick.
If this loads up.
For some reason in my head it was a 10 foot tall Indian fella who like just
The Guinness Guru.
took it upon himself to get heavily into Guinness.
Well, you know, lad, like Guinness, like Ireland's like the smallest market for Guinness.
We're actually running out of Guinness.
Right,
I don't
right.
want to alarm you.
Nah, I'm not alarmed.
We're running out of Guinness, everybody.
I need to find a picture of him standing beside somebody. Oh, well, this guy makes him look small.
Hurry up!
Lad, I need to
Put that
find
phone
it.
away.
I need to find it. He's like 10 foot tall.
I can imagine. I don't want to imagine him anything other than a 10 foot tall Indian fella in a robe.
It doesn't really show, but that's your man, Dara
He is
Curran.
tall. Dara Curran. Shout out to DC.
But yeah, he did like
DC Universe.
I don't think he got paid a penny, and then that really jump started the whole thing.
So he just went around. What do you mean he didn't get paid a penny? Did he?
I don't think the Azure paid him at all. I think
So
he
they
just
asked
did
him
it.
to do a post?
No, he just did it himself.
Is he looking money now?
No, I don't know.
No, that's right. I thought there was like a scandal or something.
No, I just actually surprised.
probably.
Like it was like pure free marketing, and then all these young ones, and then they found out the Guinness is the lowest calories out of like all the drafts. So everybody's jumping on it.
But I think as well, well, suppose all those people doing like food blogging and stuff, going to restaurants, they start off and they just do it free because they just want the foods and the
Yeah.
views, and then the foods come free.
He was doing Guinness reviews
Yeah.
just instead.
Do you know the way there's always food bloggers that go around and literally everywhere they go, they're like, it's sensational, it's the best meal I've had because they're like being paid to say it. We should
yeah.
go place and just say everywhere shit. this is the worst pile of shit I've ever eaten.
Go to like some
5-star.
fucking five-star restaurant and be like, that's dog shit.
Yeah, this is shit. And they'd be like, no, it's not. You'd be like, oh, this is shit, lad. Fucking
But you would feel
Charlie's Chippy Mahara's better than this.
you would feel bad.
Way better.
You would feel bad doing that because like you could really, if it's like a small business, you could
Oh, you
really
wouldn't do
like,
that,
harm
I'm
them.
saying. But it's always like those people who are like, John, we're the best fucking chippies in the world, or the best Chineses in the world. And it's always like the Chinese or chippy on their street. You're like, in the world? That's lucky.
Here, I'll tell you what, lad. Statement.
Oh,
but
well said,
I
Pizza
think
Mama has fucking
I might get one tonight.
possibly the best pizza in the world.
Oh, better than Italian pizzas.
Lad, way better. We even converted my dad, who was a notorious Pizza Mama hater, because he said they give too many toppings. And I'm like, Dad, nobody is upset with that. And he said, it's too many toppings, lad. And then I got a they do two for on Wednesday now.
Because they're not open Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. Well, I happened to go 2 Wednesdays in a row. Forgot both times. Got extra pizzas. Got an extra wee pepperoni one with fucking like hot chili sauce on it. My dad loved it, lad. Oh, it's converted.
But yeah, lad, statement, chip vans are better than chippies.
You think so?
Yeah, lad, chip vans are fucking deadly.
Yeah, do you mean like a chip van after a night out, or just a chip van in general?
Chip van in general. I got a chip van last night, and I was saying to Julie, I was like, this is actually better than like a chip shop.
Do you know why? Because their ovens are greasy. Everything's greasy. Everything's covered in grease. But you also get like the fucking love coming off the guy serving, even though he's what do you want? And he's smoking
Big shout out Moss's on the Tandemore roundabout.
and all.
Lad, I literally got like steak and pita with like onions.
You
and
got steak
peppers.
out of a chip van.
Yeah, like,
That's outrageous.
steak, pita, onions,
Steak, pita.
peppers, and lad, it's like this. I don't know. It's like a kebab, spicy taco sauce or something. It's fucking deadly.
We stack pedo.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I'll take you down someday.
Yeah.
Like, we should actually proper try it because it's really
No, let's
nice.
actually do it.
It's actually really
Man,
good.
anytime we hang out, even though we never hang out, we have to video it for the Patreon.
Okay.
We must. We must.
But yeah, if does anyone else agree that chip fans are better than chippies?
Drop a comment in the chat.
Chat, drop a comment. It's fire.
Do you know what I want to talk about? Do you know who's making a big comeback?
P Diddy.
No, the Duffy. The Duffster. Do you remember Duffy?
The singer that got,
begging me for
she
mercy.
got kidnapped.
Yeah, she got kidnapped and held chained to a radiator for like ages.
That's mad.
I know, lad. She just
And that's after she got famous.
yeah, she got. I know. I was like, how did no one know where she went?
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if they're not famous, then if that happens before they're famous, like, you can sort of understand why no one knew they were about. But like, she was like top in the charts.
She was like top in the charts, fucking killing it. She had, when I get to Warwick Avenue, that song, and Begging You for Mercy, and a whole host of other classics. And then all of a sudden she disappeared. And I just remember like Googling, I was like, came into my head years and years and years and years later, being like, where the fuck's Duffy at? Where's the Duffster? Where's that sweet cigarette voice? And then I found out she was chained to a radiator. She was kidnapped. She was held hostage in a house.
Where at? Is she releasing where that was?
And I don't. She's going to drop the story, but she's releasing a fucking like remix of one of her tunes at 6 p.m. today, lad.
Oh,
A fucking like discotheque remix.
that'll be interesting.
I think so. I think that's what I read in quick, blistering, speedy reading.
What am I getting? Ladders, our phone's going 90 today.
No, I just got a text from work.
Oh.
I got you begging me for mercy.
But yeah, so the Duffster's back.
The Duffster's back, lad. She's back, and I think she's going to be big. Sorry, I got really fucking nasally booger news.
Lad, I can barely see.
What's wrong with your
I don't
eyeballs?
know. I woke up and they're just
You look
stingy.
absolutely fucking gross.
They're stingy. Thanks, lad.
Sorry, I'm just giving you constructive criticism.
Must got pink eye.
Have you ever got pink eye?
No, not
Have you
yet.
ever wondered how you haven't sometimes?
Yes.
Sometimes I'm like,
All the time.
that is pink eye right there. I'm
Yeah.
getting it this time. And I think I'm immune.
But
Maybe that's what our X-Men powers are.
as typical lad, I'm going to Benidorm tomorrow.
Oh, why?
So
You're going big lads trip with that?
big boys trip.
Big boys trip. Your
Finally
dad, your
made it.
brothers.
Finally made it.
The boys on tour. Lad, I know really your dad's going to drink all yous.
Oh, I
Maybe
already
not
know
Ryan.
that. I already know Dad's gonna walk down at 8 in the morning. Like, let's get a fry and a beer.
Yous are all fucking dying after going to work or bed at like 7 o'clock.
And then I'll be like, Dad, go ahead.
yeah, your dad's this like
He's a machine lad.
your dad's this unbelievable. I think it's just old boys. There's a generation of old boys that can just drink from like 12 right through to 12 at night, get up at 6 and do a full day's work and then straight back to the pub.
Yeah.
And they're just smiling the whole time.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, I'm a miserable bastard most of the time.
It's fucking mental how they do it. Like, I say it all the time. I'm like, how are you not dead yet?
Lad, I know. And they, like, it's just that generation. I remember when I used to work in the pub, like, I'd be behind the bar and around 5 o'clock, they'd all pile in, just like, oh, I'm just grabbing one, but from before I go home from work, on the way home, and they'd all leave their phones up so their wives couldn't ring them. And then they would sink like 6 pints. Do you remember that guy that used to work, that come into the pub, and he was like famous for like sinking pints in like 2 gulps? Do you know who I'm on about?
I drink. He'd like, I'm only on for a pint after. He'd literally drink 10.
He'd have 10,
And then he'd go.
but that would be like 20 sips.
Yeah.
And he would just have 10 pints down, and then he'd walk away, like, hey, that's me away. And he'd just stumble out, lad. I also seen him around the town recently. He's a skinny queen now.
Oh, aye.
He's lost a lot of weight.
So do you not hear what happened to him?
No.
He was, do you know that doctor misdiagnosed everyone? He got, that doctor misdiagnosed
Where was this
him.
doctor at?
It was Belfast. He like misdiagnosed hundreds of people there.
What? Is he just an idiot, or?
I don't
Just
know,
what
but he diagnosed him with MS.
Jesus Christ.
And I made him talking to me. And
Sure,
goes,
this doctor's getting sued to oblivion.
he had to, he had to renew his license. And he's like, I have to do it every year. But like, he says I have MS, but I don't think I have.
Yeah, I remember him telling me that. He was on MS medication for years and years and years.
Yeah, and it, like,
eroded his hips.
It
And
eroded both hips.
he had to get 2 hips replaced.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because he told me he used to be a
And then they were like, oh,
powerlifter.
you don't have... he was a powerlifter.
He was into powerlifting at one point in time, he was telling me.
Lad, do you know what I heard? I heard that sometimes there's cases of doctors misdiagnosing people and realizing way too late. but they'll keep the people on the medication until like the statute of limitation runs out, and then they'll tell them, so they can't sue them.
Same thing happened to our boy. He was also diagnosed with MS, and then he started deteriorating. But it turns out he just broke his spine.
He just broke his spine.
That was the same doctor.
What is MS?
It's like your body just starts breaking down. Like usually it's like your legs stop working, and
This
then
guy is just diagnosing fucking everyone that comes in with MS.
There's 2 people I know that diagnosed with MS.
That
didn't have it.
That's just a case of someone being like, "Oh, don't know what I'm doing here in the first day of my job."
Peter, go and try to find out who
Just
that
diagnose
doctor
everybody with MS.
was in Belfast.
Okay.
Like there's a big case on against your man.
It's like,
I think he.
doctor, my leg has come off. He's like, that sounds like another dastardly MS situation. Damn you, MS! It's ravaging the country. And it turns out nobody had it.
Dr. Michael Watt.
More than 5,000 patients.
Dr. Michael what?
What?
The Belfast Health Trust failed to... Go up there. The Belfast Health Trust failed to intervene quickly enough in the practice of a doctor, which led to Northern Ireland's largest ever patient recall. An inquiry found more than 5,000 former patients of neurologist Dr. Michael Watt were invited to have their cases examined for possible misdiagnosis. Oh my God, I'm fucking raging. It'd be worse if he had something far worse than MS. Sorry, you actually don't have MS. Thank God. He's like, he will die in 3 minutes.
He was treating people for strokes, Parkinson's, and MS.
I seen a reel. Now this is probably complete and utter bullshit, but they were saying that MS is caused by parasites in your spinal cord and brain.
Really? Well, they not say a lot of shit's caused by parasites. That they're now thinking that.
I feel like that's all I get in my reels is like health conspiracies.
You're on fucking, what is it called?
Schizogram.
You're on schizogram, lad. Or it's schizogram. It's just heavily.
We about schizogram. Like.
I love a bit of schizogram. Heavily conspiracized reels, lad.
My For You page just seems to be. I've watched episodes of Blue Bloods.
What the fuck's that?
It's the greatest show of all time. It's
Well,
a police detective show, lad. With Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie
Not even
the
Mark.
the Wahlberg clan.
Just one. And Tom Selleck.
Lad, my For You page on Instagram is absolutely cooked.
I'm not even going to talk about my Instagram one.
Mine's just all like video game clips or just like hairy dudes sniffing each other's balls.
Nice.
I swear to God.
What was that?
Like, how did this happen? Like, 'cause you don't even like any of them, but they just keep coming up.
No, because I think the thing is, so if you're scrolling through your reels, man,
If you stop for like a split second,
you stop for 2 seconds too long, your algorithm.
so it just keeps getting me. I'm like, oh, sniffing balls,
There's
and then
a
scrolling. That was too long.
hairy guy sniffing balls.
Hairy guy sniffing. I'm always like, what's he doing down there with them balls? Oh, he's sniffing them.
I probably shouldn't ask you this one. Well, me and James went to a Born Irish gig.
Yeah.
James was the MC. We should probably talk about that. 'Cause
MC
we're sponsored by them. Use
Extraordinaire.
Shafted 15.
Yeah, we did a Born Irish gig on St. Paddy's Eve up in the Ulster Sports Club. Lad, I thought it was a really fun gig.
It was good, lad.
I was a little bit too toasted.
You were, lad.
I was lit as fuck presenting the show. I was fucking, what's it called? When you're steering the ship, I was steering the ship.
Steering the shit.
Steering the ship into absolute chaos.
Did you get to keep that t-shirt?
I just stole it.
Yes.
I just stole it, lad.
Nice.
I just put it in my bag and I was like, if they ask me for it,
You told me you were going to come on it, so they have to give it to you.
I'm going to come on it.
You literally I goes, oh, lad, I did it, and you keep it. You're like, I don't care, lad, I'm going to come on it, so they have to give it to me.
God.
that was their brilliant skit. Is that the guy that just steals everything. But
Comes on it. They're like, I don't want to buy it. To be fair, as I'm ashamed to say, I actually did say it. I remember saying it. They'll probably want it back, and I'll just give it to them.
Don't give them that.
It's such a fly t-shirt.
It's
Isn't
cool
it? It's
as
tough
fuck,
as hell,
lad.
lad. I'm saying tough all the time, man.
Tough as hell.
That's tough as fuck.
That's
That tee
cool.
is so tough, lad. And then you also had to add the emoji where it's like, had of smoke coming out. Tough as fuck.
But yeah, lad, that is what I asked you at the end. Are you allowed to keep that? And you goes, I'm gonna come on it, so I have to give it back to me.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Come on.
I'm gonna fucking mark this so they can't.
Come on. That's what I just do. I just mark my
They may as well.
My room smells of... Sorry, we'll continue talking about this and then we'll move on to my next point. What were you about to say?
Well, we should probably just talk about the gig in general first. But,
The gig was fucking great. Leanne McCoy on Before Mickey blew the fucking...
oh, she was good, lad.
She blew
was really
everyone's
good.
tits clean off.
Lad, there was a part in her thing was talking about some lesbian sending her a picture of her butthole or something, and I was sitting beside someone,
Right.
your brother-in-law,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Now what would you do with that?" And he was brave and drunk, 'cause he had a few whiskeys, and he's like, "Fucking look it."
You shouldn't fucking like it. My sister's sitting there beside him, probably like,
Oh no, he told her, he was like, "Fucking look it, fucking look it," and then he was like, "Oh fuck!" The girl beside me, I was chatting to her, and her fella as well, and then she was bursting out laughing. He's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so vulgar," and I turned around and Kira's like, "She said that," and I was like, "Fucking like it."
Kira was like, "Yes, sweetie. Yes,
She's like, "Yes, Daniel, you're doing amazing."
You're doing amazing, sweetie. Well done."
But yeah,
Did Leanne react to it?
no, she didn't hear it. But
Fucking like it.
lad, I was in stitches. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I did.
But yeah, and also I found out
Well, hey, you're fucking married to my sister, bro.
Aaron Butler's got hips that don't quit.
Oh, was he shaking those things?
He was shaking them
He has
things,
got a wee
lad.
frame, hasn't he?
He's got-
a wee sexy frame.
He's got it, lad. He's got it all.
Do you know what? Like, even him walking just kind of looks like a wee salsa dancer. He's just always like,
I'll go as far to say he's possibly the greatest showman.
yeah, in the comedies, he is.
Not even, lad. I heard him sing country on another podcast, and I was like, he
What
did-
podcast?
I think he did I seen a clip from, is it Diona?
Oh, was he saying country?
He did a country. He literally sung country, and I was at just a wee clip, and I was like,
Oh, yes.
that's pretty good. And
He can do
he's a
the like,
comedian.
yodeling voice. He's like, yodeling. I can't do it.
He can do that. He can act. I seen him acting in the Born Irish things.
No, he can act.
He can dance.
He can act. He can dance. Sing.
He's the greatest showman.
He's a triple threat, and he's funny.
I'll go as far to say he's probably the
And he's a sex symbol.
He's the
Do you know the amount of ladies want to book him?
really?
Yeah,
Unreal.
lad. Yeah, a lot of girls fancy him. Like,
He's the Hugh Jackman of the North.
yeah. Oh,
Maybe the whole island. Maybe even the UK. I don't know.
he should.
Hugh Jackman.
He should sing "The Greatest Showman" at the next Comedians Got Talent or Stars in Their Eyes. What you go put stars in their eyes? He sang. Did you not see his performance of the last one? He sang, "I got soul, but I'm not a soldier."
I never saw
and the
it,
whole
lad.
crowd was singing, and he won.
Did he win?
Of course, he won.
I never saw it. When you're going up against him and he's on it, there's no point even.
You're
ever.
going up against that level of talent. You better go home.
But yeah, so I will.
Pack your bags and leave Hollywood, kid.
I will say he's the Hugh Jackman of the comedy scene.
I'd agree
Possibly
with that.
even the acting
Do
scene
you know
up
what?
here.
In a weird way, I think he could play Wolverine if he jacked up as well.
Yeah, he
And he
could.
got
He
the
could.
mutton chops and
Yeah.
the spiked out hair. Lad, I always actually
That'd be
believed.
amazing.
I always actually believed that I was born to play Wolverine. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, if some Hollywood executive could just see me once, I'd be the next Wolverine. And I was like 10.
You'd be Gaverine.
This kid is Gaverine. He said, "Oh my God, it's your nemesis." That's right, it's Gaverine. It's me, boys.
This is the one. This is the one you keep running away from. It's your thoughts. It's Gaverine.
And every time my nails or my spikes come out, I go, ah! They're like, oh, sorry, they scare me every time.
But yeah, I always will
I'm never
say.
used to that.
Then Mickey Bartlett had me in stitches, lad. I laughed the whole way through.
You be needing stitches, like Shawn Mendes.
Yeah. But yeah, I was laughing the whole way through.
Yeah, man, it was a really, really fun show. So I opened it and did my 10 and then brought everybody else on or whatever. I probably didn't do 10. Brought everyone else on and then we came back after break and I was like, "Leanne, I'm going to do 5 minutes here and then bring you on." I went up and did about a minute. Brought her on straight away.
Your ma got a stand. You got a big round of
I
applause.
got a stand ovation for the law. Shit.
She was fucking black.
My biggest regret in life is that I didn't do this. So I was joking around. Then I goes, "My mom's actually here." Got her to stand up. It was like, "Yeah, I want to give you a round of applause. I want to give her a round of applause." And I was going to go, "Now get your tits out."
You should have.
And then for some reason I didn't.
You should
I was like,
have.
maybe I shouldn't.
Nah, you definitely
That's
should
my
have done
mother's
that.
tits. I should have said it now. I was like, "Hey, that's my mom's tits you're laughing at."
You should have said that, lad. I think the whole place would have been like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like, "What?
But
Take
yeah,
that whiskey off this man."
you're fired from Born Irish, James.
Yeah.
You're like the poster boy of them at the moment.
Well, they're getting everybody in, but
yeah, say you're a poster boy, lad. Come on up.
I don't want to say it, but I know
We're all talking about it.
Yeah, lad. No, it was very, 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 very fun. I was fucking ham-dinged because I was drinking from like 4 o'clock that day.
Yeah, your ma topped you. She was drinking too.
Yeah, my mom was on the Raz. Razzle-dazzle from 2 o'clock.
I genuinely thought my ma and Tina were going to land on.
Yeah,
I thought they were just going to demand tickets. Not going
they
to lie.
would have probably got in, to be fair.
Yeah,
But yeah, why didn't they come?
because they didn't have tickets.
Is that why?
Yeah,
They could have come in. I told that to my mom. She said they didn't want to come.
I thought. Boo, my mom and Tina.
Teeny. God damn it.
Pat, she was smashed too.
Oh, lad, the whole way home, it was fucking hilarious. They were just absolutely like fucking blocked. Me and my mom there got into an argument because we got back to the car and I jumped in the front. She was like, "You're not gonna let your mother in the front." And I was like, "Do you not want to sit beside your sister in the back?" She was like, "No, I want to sit in the front." And I was like, "I assume you want to talk to your sister." And then Eve was like, "You say shut up." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Okay, we're getting a little heated here. We'll just."
That was a nice rebuttal, lad.
I was like, "Why did you not want to sit beside your sister, ma?"
You know what's
And
up
then
with
Pop
your
was just
sister in the
corner,
back?
like blocked out of her head.
I was giving her cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Did you-
every time, lad.
You came up to me at the very end. You're like, "Oh my god, Pat's gonna come looking a cigarette off me," and then just waddling through the crowd. She was like, "Does anybody have a cigarette?"
Every
It's amazing.
every time, lad. She's like, I don't buy them because I don't smoke.
And you're like, "You smoke every time
So
you
you
drink,
literally
and you
smoke.
drink every day."
You're drinking every fucking day.
Man, our family loves drinking so much.
It's good crack, lad.
Here, it's good crack.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was kind of cool.
Do you know what? I think that's it's a good way to go forward with gigs. Have a drinks company sponsor them and give out a bit of free drinks at the gig. It gets people through them doors, lad.
I will say they not the drinks company, but the bar underestimated how busy that was going to be.
The bar woman.
She was literally,
The fight.
they were literally on their own.
Yeah, there was one girl.
Yeah.
I know my mom got into a fight with her.
Was
Because my mom was waiting for ages, and then someone jumped in front of her. The girl served her, and then my mom was going to order, and then someone jumped on the other side, and the girl served her. And my mom goes, "Here, you're like I was actually here before them both." And the woman turned around and goes, "I don't care." And my mom was like, "You bitch!" And I was like, "Mom, calm the fuck down."
Pat was telling me that.
Don't you know who I am? That's my son right there.
That's my goddamn son. I'm just like fucking shirtless on
It's
stage.
just you like, I gotta come with this shirt.
I'm gonna come on with this shirt.
I gotta come with these walls.
I'm gonna come everywhere. I'm gonna come with all of you.
But yeah, no, they totally underestimated how busy that was going to be.
Yeah, one bar person for like 100
Lad, that is
people.
the longest bar I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was
bar was so long.
That was a severe misstep having one member.
I was
staff
like,
on.
what the fuck? And they're giving out free drinks.
Lad, usually they have at least two up there on normal nights. I don't know. Someone must have called in. Someone must have pulled a wee sickie, which I respect.
No, some boy came like way later. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that woman was under. I was like, "Man, that woman is under severe stress. You need to chill." My mom always gets in fights with bar people, or she always ends up like upset at the end of the night.
She always ends up. That happened all the time. Start crying.
I know. I said, "Ma, the common denominator here
My ma one time came by and read the power person up, I believe,
Was this the time my mom cried?
in the Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom was. Is that the place they were convinced? My mom was convinced it was watered down.
No, I think something. No, I don't think it was to do with water down. I think it was to do with. I think something similar happened again, and I think she like touched the boy's hand or something. He's like, "Don't fucking touch me."
Oh, really?
But like,
Oh, that's right. And then she started crying because he shouted at her, and then the head bar guy came and apologized to her. No,
like I think my mom went up and like your mom would be more timid in that situation.
Quiet, which is why she wouldn't get served. She would just sit there quietly for ages and ages and ages.
Oh, like my mom came and fucking read them up.
Oh, lad, your mom does not bear no fools.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I don't know if this story's totally made up in my head, but Granda took a heart attack like years and years ago, man.
That actually happened.
And yeah, but I don't think they were seeing him. And then my mom came in, and by the time my mom was done, he had his own room.
Your mom's literally Dennis from Always Sunny.
My
You will get my sister her stories. Oh, my ankle ran through this corridor like the thunders of 1,000 winds.
And I'll be honest, you don't want to cross paths with her.
No, I
Like, if she goes on a rampage, she's going.
Yeah, even if like she's in the wrong,
No,
she is in the right.
Yeah, and she's Super Saiyan now, lad.
Yeah, she's got the white hair.
She got the white hair.
She turned
She's
Super
Super
Saiyan.
Saiyan, lad.
You ain't gonna cross this bitch no more.
She gonna fuck you up,
Oh,
lad.
lad, you're mad with that white fucking spiky hair.
She's coming for you.
Yeah. Oh,
You said-
no barman is safe.
You think barmen think they're prepared for Karens? You're not prepared for a Claire.
You know? Yeah, she should be worried about Claire's bitches. Oh, lad, she suffers no fools. That's what I was
Lad,
going
she
for.
doesn't give a fuck. Even though she's wrong, she keeps going.
I know, lads. You remember she got you? Was it you or your brother who was underage into a bar because she gave the barman?
It was me.
Yeah, she got you into a bar because she gave the bouncer that much shit.
No, she didn't give him shit. I wasn't about to get on. She just walked over and goes, "That's my fucking son," and he was like, "No sweat."
He's like, all right, go ahead.
He's like, "Well, you can just." Well, she wasn't. That was actually very mild. She wasn't. She wasn't doing it in a bad way.
She was just like, that's my son. Let
She
him
was
in.
like, "That's my fucking son."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Well, you can just. You're the smaller. You can justify it. That's all, man."
Yeah.
I was using your fucking passport of a picture of you as an 8-year-old that was 10 years out of date, lad.
He said, where did you find this?
I was like, look.
The 8-year-old is dead. Please let me in.
But, so yeah, that happened. But no, my ma come down with the crashing of 1,000
She really
waves.
did, lad. Do you remember that holiday was that the holiday in Galway? Oh, the screen's away. Was that the holiday in Galway that me and you were about to get into a bar? And
Nah, lad, that man was not for letting me in
no, but you remember the
whatsoever.
time we went up? I was never letting you in. And he goes, son, tell me the truth. Are you 18? Was that it? And you were like, look, I'm actually 17, but can I come on in? He was like, no. I was like, lie to him, lad.
Oh, we're dead anyway, because we ended up having an even better night.
Yeah, did we just dander about the streets?
No, we actually made it into a place. I got turned away, but this is more for the visual people. Right, I'll use this.
Yeah.
So the bouncer turned me away around here. So that was all right.
front
And
of the
he
bar.
was escorting me out of the line, and then he took his eyes off me, and I just walked around and on and
You got right back in?
I never, like, there was a big line to go to the place, but he tried to escort me out, and he thought I was walking away, so then I just walked on him.
Do you remember what you used to
And
do?
then I ran, I was like, James, go, go, go.
Do you remember what you used to do if you didn't get into nightclubs? You'd go up and they'd be like, not tonight, son. You're right, no sweat. And then you and your mate would switch t-shirts as if that is the thing that the guy, like, he doesn't remember your face.
To be fair,
Sometimes that did work.
like, they're seeing hundreds of people on a night out. I remember I got turned away from a place. I didn't even actually have that much, like, this is generally one of them times I didn't have that much drink. I think I had like 2 vodkas before I left.
Yeah.
And I was 18 at this point. And then I showed my ID, and that was all right. And then he's like, you've had too much to drink tonight. And I was like, oh, lad, I really haven't. He's like, no, you've had way too much. I was like, lad, I've generally just had like 2 vodkas before I came here.
Do you know what kept, is this for like Walsh's?
No, this was down in Galway.
Do you know what kept happening to me at Walsh's? Do you know Moon? He was like an older, seen as like one of the older lads. We were like all 18. He was like one of the older boys. He randomly thought I was like a pure womanizer back then, which I just like pretended was so true. Because every time he seen me, I was like, he was always like driving around the town, and he always used to see me like stand with like a woman or something outside, and he would always try by, yes, lad, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I look cool. Like one time he drove by the hotel, and some girl that we know but I haven't seen her in years, both of us were blocked, and she randomly just stuck her hands down my trousers, and then he drove by, and I was like, that's right, I'm a legend. That's right, I'm getting a hand job in the street. He was just like, lad, you're a legend, like. Little did he know I had the softest softy on, and that girl was like, what the fuck?
Was that,
Where's your cock?
why is it not working? And you're like, I'm so drunk.
I'm drunk. Yeah.
But yeah, lad, I remember being down south, and they were like, no, you're not getting none. You need to go get a coffee. And I was like, right, I'll literally go and get a coffee. I went and had one. I was like, lad, I did it as you told me to do.
Literally had a coffee.
I was like,
lad,
lad,
well, man.
He was like, have a coffee. I actually had a coffee and a bite to eat in Supermax. And then I was like, lad, I'm actually not drunk, lad. And he goes, no, you fucking had too much. I was like, really haven't, lad.
Sometimes that happens. I think it's either the bouncers have just got like
Just don't like the look of it.
bouncer vision and they just can't even tell anymore, or they just hate you. They don't want to be proved wrong.
Yeah, but like, do you know what the worst thing is? If you let me in, you're guaranteed no bar. I'll do something stupid.
That is so true.
I'll do something
You'll
stupid,
melt everyone's heads.
but I'll not fight.
You're not fit.
But in a nightclub, you can melt people's heads. It's not like a bar where you can sit down and like talk to
I
them.
just remember one time I was working the basement in Walsh's hotel and it was quite dead, but you came in one night and you were fucking out of your mind. I've never seen you so drunk. And you just you just started talking to all the bouncers and like melting their heads, being like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then at one point, it was the very end of the night, bouncers like gathered you up and a pile of boys took us all up to the front and was like, get out. And you were like, what are you on about? I thought we were coming up here to get a photo. Like, you thought we were getting a big group photo. They must have told you that.
Yeah, they must
I
have.
thought we were getting a group photo. Like. They were like, get out.
But I'm surprised they put me into that. I'm surprised they didn't just put me out. They took me up to the other bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they took me from the basement to the main bar.
Yeah, lad.
So I was like, I'm not getting thrown out because they would have just put me up the stairs.
Walsh's Hotel used to be the sex spot, lad. It
Used to be really good.
Everybody underage used to fucking go in there. The disabled toilets would be heavily sexualized.
Oh,
People would just be bucking in there left, right, and center. They'd have a pool out, break your phone.
I still think the worst thing they ever did was change the original layout of it.
Yeah, well, all bars do that, and it's always a mistake. It's always a misstep. But you know what I didn't? Or do you know what I always thought was strange? They would bring out their pool for pool parties in the summer, and you would just get on it fully dressed.
Yeah.
And then you spend the rest of your night soaked, but
Yeah.
you didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
You're like jeans.
And then
Wet jeans.
you would go down the stairs, and them stairs were real steep and slippery. Like.
Aye. There's just a bunch of kids running around in fucking wet jeans, like in a nightclub.
Yeah.
The fucking the cowl must have been ravaging through us. all.
Those warm summer nights. Like.
No, I mean the flu.
Oh,
Everybody must have been dosed the next day. Dosed to the high heavens.
but yeah, I really enjoyed the original layout of it. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, no, me
And
too.
then they opened it all up for a nightclub.
Same with Dorman's lad.
But they're reverting back, I think, are they not?
They've turned their smoking out to a new bar.
Have you been on it?
Dorman's Macrofelt. No, I haven't. It's something about. It's called like
The blind piglet.
the blind piggy. I love the bars are just pick an animal and give it some affliction.
But that's what they've been doing in England for years.
Yeah. The busted rhino.
The dry cock.
Yeah, the dry cock.
Loved it.
The fucking MS pigeon. Pigeon's got MS. Oh, it actually doesn't have MS. It was diagnosed wrong by Dr. Michael Watt.
What?
Dr. Michael Watt. It's actually got spina bifida. The spina bifida pigeon. That's my new favourite bar. Spina bifida pigeon.
But yeah, I never told you I was at the traffic lights literally yesterday, and there was some boy out of his mind sitting on the giant rock that's in the middle of Maree town. He couldn't get up, and he dropped the shopping. That's what Maree is famous for. There's a big rock in the middle of her.
There's a big, beside Walsh's Hotel, there's a giant rock. And I actually haven't seen it in years. It's out of my mind. I keep not noticing it. But a bit of history about Maree, actually. People used to use that rock to get off their horses. I think that's all it's famous for. But it's a big old rock.
A big old rock, lad. Fuck, I'd love to throw it in a big rubber.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Make a big splash of all
But yeah, so there's a boy blocked.
There's a boy block, lad. He couldn't get up. He was like leaning. He might have been off his nut because it looked like he was like trying to climb up the wall. He was about 60, and the shopping, he had set it down. He's like, I was just watching him. I was like, holy fuck, lad. Good night.
What is it about drunk dudes in the town?
It's only fucking
They're always
Wednesday.
fucking plastered and they're walking with a bag of shopping. Like they must have been sent down to get the shopping and got hammered and then
Don't know that.
attempt to make it home.
That happened me once.
Yeah, no.
Happened me once, and then I
we
lost.
talked about it, bro.
I've lost it.
We lost the full
it all.
bag of bread.
To this day, I still don't know where it was.
Well, I don't know if it's the same time, but there was one time you were sent down to buy bread and ham, and me, you, and Paddy drunkenly sat
That
at
was
the
the
pitch
same day.
making sandwiches.
Yeah.
With the bread and ham that your
And
mom
then
said
we
you
went to a house party.
Yeah.
And then I went home to babysit my sister
And you
so my
know
ma
she's
could
on.
go out for her birthday.
Yeah, it was all fantastic.
And then I burned a pizza.
Yep. But yeah, you always said there's a wee famous man about Maree. He's a legend at this point, and he just walks about the town bar to bar. Doesn't even drink. Drinks like orange juice, but he always has a bag of shopping. It's like
Bert.
young Bert, and he used to always come into Walsh's, and he'd be like, "Can you take that wee bag of shopping?" And I'd put it behind the bar, and he'd just sit at the bar drinking orange juice. He just loves it, lad.
Aye, lad.
He used to also come to the underage nightclub.
Yeah.
Always just let him in.
But I don't know this guy specifically, but you not think it's like a bunch of like fucking autistic dudes who remember like
No, he's
he's
got a disability.
He's
lad.
got something like that. But they'd always just let him.
Fucking wild crackle.
They'd always let him down into the nightclub, and he'd just be sitting at the dance floor like this, and he became like a staple. Everyone danced around him.
Everybody loved him. I'm pretty sure a woman tried to go with him.
Yeah, girls always tried to go with him. Like, Bert, will you go with me? And he's like, nah.
Always got the
No way, lad.
the
Gross.
amount of girls get turned down by fucking Bert.
He's actually like a pure alpha lad. He's
He
just
is.
down there all
He's
these
like,
days,
nah.
falling over him. He's like, nah, man, I'm dancing, bro.
He has got some good moves, lad.
Oh, it's just a lot of this. And they'd be like, fucking the Saturdays higher be playing. Girls trying to go in. He's like, lads, get out of my face.
Saturday's on.
Fucking Saturdays is playing, lads. Get the fuck out.
Oh, I would do the same.
He wouldn't even look at him. He's like, ew, you're gross. Ew, get away from me.
But yeah,
Ew.
lad, I always thought he was getting blocked, but yeah, he doesn't drink.
No, he doesn't drink.
That's mad. Always with a bag of ham and cheese for some reason.
Lad, ham and cheese. Lad, you always hear stories of these like legendary figures. When I worked at Gormley's bar, they always talked about some boy who would land down the bar. He would just have a bag of ham and a tomato, and he would just take a few slices of ham, slice of tomato, drink a pint, go to the next bar. Few slices of ham, tomato, at the next bar. He'd just do that the whole way about town. They go home
Yeah.
every day. He loved it.
I had a boy call in with me one day for a quiet pint before he started work. I was like, lad, he was going to work in a bar. I was like, lad, why are you even going for one pint before you start work? I was so
just get
shit.
blocked.
He had like 4 pints and 3 double vodka Red Bull.
I get our respect, lads, to do it.
But then he left work.
Jesus Christ. That's like, do you ever see the girl who does the Belfast bikes? She's like, let's try it.
Oh, Danielle Walsh.
Danielle Walsh.
Legend.
She put up a video one time. She's like, she was like trying all these cocktails. And she was like, you get a jug for this much. Me and my friend made it through 8 jugs. She's like, right now off to work. I was like, holy fuck. It's just like that. She had a camera panel. The drink table was covered in booze. She's like, right now off to work.
She's not wise, like.
She is not wise.
I haven't seen her on my For You page for a while.
Me neither, actually. She must be taking it easy.
Must have took it easy. She was a staple over COVID, though.
either that or somebody seen her fucking like you can't land into work block like.
See, unfortunately,
No.
she did the Belfast bikes.
Oh, she actually was like
She was the person on the bikes.
All right, well
so
then-
it kind of worked in her favor to be blocked on that.
But it's like a Geordie Shore kind of thing. They want them to get blocked and
Yeah.
have a good time with
Yeah,
it.
like if you're working in Ibiza, I suppose. Like giving out the...
But can you not get done for fucking operating a vehicle?
No, well, she's not steering it, lad. I think there's actually another person on
there's
board.
another boy.
She's like
She's kind of like the host.
she's like the figure to lift it up, like.
100%. like driving drunk.
She's like the figure to lift it up.
Are you allowed to drink drive a bicycle?
No,
You're not even. Like, if you're caught driving.
you get done for drink driving.
That is fucking hilarious.
I believe.
Let's figure out exactly what the law is.
That's like that episode of Scrubs when JD gets caught, or he has alcohol in his breath in his scooter. And just before he comes into the hospital, Laverne's like, there was a kid knocked down by a scooter by a drink driver. And then JD comes in. And he's like, okay, guys, just, I got caught drink driving this morning. He's like, why is everyone so angry?
Yeah, I think ask the police.
Can a cyclist commit dangerous driving? Can I carry a passenger on my pedal bicycle?
I nearly had a cyclist one day, or a couple times anyway.
You were chasing them.
No, I was. There was a queue, but my car wouldn't fit up the wee gap, so I did have to go. I ended up going on the footpath just a wee bit, and then drove not on the footpath, sort of on the road, and just the tires on the footpath, so I could slip through to go on.
Yeah.
And I looked around, didn't see nothing. These 3 cyclists fucking out of nowhere. I'm like, whoa. I was like, but then I found out you couldn't even tell who's on the wrong there.
Because they're not supposed to be on the footpath.
They're not supposed to be on the footpath either.
Yeah, you should be like,
But yeah.
It is offence to ride a pedal bicycle on a road, public place, while being unfit through drink or drugs, basically. So as it so as to be under the influence of drink or drugs, the person does not have proper control.
Well,
You
that's
would need to be pretty fucking blocked too.
That's
Like,
like literally driving like out there. Anyway, lads, thanks for joining us in this episode of Patreon.
It's been
This
fun.
episode of the main cast. Sorry, it was it was a sick cast today. I hope you have a good day when this is released, Monday or perhaps earlier when you're on the Patreon. Well, thanks for
okay.
listening.
Thanks for listening,
See you
guys.
later, and we'll catch you over on the Patreon.
Bye bye.